Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. We're going to change the subject here for at least one video anyway. We're going to talk about Jordan Linden. He is in Dundee Sheriff Court today. He's facing 15 charges of sexual abuse. I believe it's 8 charges of sexual abuse, 6 charges of illegal communication, 1 charge of illegal communication with a minor. There's a charge of stalking and a charge of acting in a threatening manner. And so, of course, there's a lot of charges. There's a lot of stir to be turned. So he'll be looking at maybe a long time in prison, which is good. Now, he entered no plea today, and he has been released on bail, free back out into the society, which I think is possibly a mistake. However, bad as that is, and that will, of course, run through its natural course through the courts and through the justice proceedings, it does have the capability and possibility of going all the way to the very top. We know that he was protected. He was protected at every single stage by local conveners, area, officials, district officials, area officials, and so on, all the way up the totem, all the way to Peter Murrell and Nicola Sturgeon. Now, I have a contact by the name of Caroline, who I will protect by not saying her surname. She was happy me to say her full name, but I still don't feel comfortable in releasing it. So we'll just call her Caroline. And she has come to me with evidence, which I cannot say for obvious reasons, but it does link certain very highly ranked people in the SNP, 2 of them in particular, with very serious allegations of child abuse. Now, it doesn't surprise me that this sort of thing goes on all the way up through the ranks of the SNP. One only has to think of the other councillor, Kerr, who's currently doing time in prison for it. There's others involved. There's people involved that are no longer members of the SNP. There's people involved who are very high-ranking members of the SNP who are now no longer high-ranking members of the SNP but are still senior within the party. Although very low profile, they're keeping a low profile of late. I can mention no names because the allegations are so vile and I want to keep my home. But, you can place your money on the, and take your chance. You can guess, I suppose, if you like. You can try and work out who these people are, but I'm not giving any clues. But they involved, for example, taking disabled children to swimming pools and then locking them in the disabled toilets, which are nice and big and have locks on the door, and abusing them. And this happened, allegedly. This is what my contact is claiming. My contact has someone who I'm still in negotiations with to come on and talk to me about it and explain everything that's been going on. And this contact is prepared to name names. I cannot name those names, but this contact says he is willing to. And he would relish the idea of these people suing him. Interesting, isn't it? He's prepared to name them and he's prepared to be sued so he can go to court, because the great defence you have in a libel or a slander case is the truth. So that could prove interesting. I know the names. I can't tell you. But this is all the way and symptomatic of the SNP. So we will keep an eye out for it, but we'll definitely keep an eye out and watch the Jordan Linden case, because things are pretty bad with that one. And especially if it does go all the way full trial, he doesn't just go and admit them and then, some kind of plea in a way, because the names will come out in the court case. And boy, will they come out. There'll be people in the SNP now more or less begging Jordan Linden just to accept, say guilty and move on. They don't want a full case. They don't want names dragged out of him. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and keep your kids away from the SNP. Bye.